everybody kind of move this way. Make sure you get where you can see, kind of spread out just a little bit. We do have cars in the parking lot. I do apologize. We had planned on the parking lot being blocked off, but that didn't happen. But we got to be really careful when students start to leave. There might be some traffic moving through, so just pay attention to the cars coming through. I want to welcome everybody to Southeastern Community College this morning. The Lord sure has blessed us with a beautiful day. When we were deciding on the date, and we were leaning toward the end of September, they were like, oh my goodness, that's right in the middle of hurricanes. But boy, what a great morning to celebrate this greenhouse. This has been a long time coming. We've been working on this for a couple of years now, and have had some great support around us, and I'll get to that in just a minute. We do have an agenda, and we have a few guest speakers that I will introduce along the way. We will have a ribbon cutting at the end, and then after that, if you would, just hang out for just a few minutes after the ribbon cutting. Joe Hooks, who is our chairman of the Board of Trustees, will have some closing remarks, and then we will have the greenhouse open, and Dawn Henshaw and students will assist in touring the greenhouse and letting you see what we've got going on inside there and what our plans are going to be. I do want to take a minute to just to recognize and thank a few people. I know that it's hard to call everybody out, but we do have some local elected officials with our county commissioners and mayors. I want to welcome them here today and thank you for your support. I also want to thank the K-12 public schools, Whiteville City Schools and Columbus County Schools for being here. Adam, thank you for being here. And I know Dr. Williams is out here somewhere, and I just really appreciate y'all being here and support. The work that we do in building this workforce is in partnership with our public schools and our K-12 partners. That's creating the workforce pipeline. So the work that they do in their ag programs at their high schools will transition into this. So that we can extend it and give them the training that they need to be able to have a sustainable life and have good jobs ahead of them. So I really appreciate the partnership that our K-12 partners provide in working with us. I also want to thank some individuals at the college for their ongoing work. We have a tremendous team at Southeastern, and our faculty and staff do a great job. And it's led ultimately by our Executive Vice President, Dr. Sylvia Cox, and our Chief Operating Officer, Irina Jackson, and really guiding the college in what that next step may be. And I really want to say thank you for your work in what you do. I also want to thank Dean Angie Ransom, Associate Dean Brenda Orders, for your work and guidance in this. This has been a long process. And something that we have looked forward to for a long time. And I couldn't go without thanking one individual who was really behind this, helping us write this grant, working with the Tobacco Trust, and that's Carol Ann Lyden, who is the Associate Dean for Institutional Research. Where is Carol Ann? I know she's out here somewhere. She's back here in the back. I want to give Carol Ann a hand. We come to Carol Ann often for guidance on whatever data we might need and whatever support we might need to have written for grants and other opportunities. And I know that she worked well with the team from the North Carolina Tobacco Trust in making this happen. And she is such a great asset for this college to have in that role. I do want to introduce an individual to you who is just instrumental in the programming, and that's Dawn Henshaw. Dawn, come on up here for just a minute. We hired Dawn in 2022. She came to us from West Columbus, so thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. Sorry, but she's a great asset for us, and she knows how to work with the high schools. She worked there for 9 years at West Columbus. She has a master's in ag education from North Carolina A&T and holds a commercial pesticide license, OSHA, and EPA certifications. In 2019, she was awarded the North Carolina Ag Teacher Association South Central Region Teacher of the Year. And I think you were also Teacher of the Year at Columbus County Schools, right? So we've got a great individual here who knows how to teach, who knows how to lead in her program, and will take this program to the next level. And so, Dawn, I just want to say thank you for the work you're doing. I want to give you an opportunity to say a few words if you'd like.
I told Dr. English that I only needed like 15 seconds, and we want to keep this thing rolling. But thank y'all for being here. I know y'all see a greenhouse, and if you look over there, my students have been working in that little greenhouse over there for a while. So when they get to come in here and they can actually move around, and we're not like hitting elbows, I'm like, hey, can you pass this over there? They've been excited. They put in some work this summer and even this fall. In agribusiness, my students can take about 5 million different pathways, and horticulture and plant science is just one of them. But I do want to point out that with this greenhouse, they're going to get more than just plant knowledge. They're going to be planning out whatever they're growing. They have to look at calendars and scheduling and stuff like that. They have to look at controllers to make sure that things are getting watered right, they're getting fertilized right, they're getting the math skills when they're weighing out the fertilizer, and they're figuring out how long irrigation needs to be on. And then they're also getting marketing and customer service skills from this project. So any questions you have today, please come in and ask us, and always feel free to come back and see what we've got growing at Southeastern. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Dawn. We look forward to watching your growth in this program and the partnerships that we build from our K-12 partners. It's surely an exciting time. One of the things that I looked at, and we knew from writing the grant, was that 17% of all jobs in North Carolina are ag-related. So you really work on a farm, but you may have some ag-related job opportunities. 17%, think about that number, that's huge. That's almost a quarter. So that's significant. And what we do know within our region is that 80% of the land in Columbus County is ag-related or farmland. So this is a significant program that will make a difference for years to come. And the things that Dawn and I have talked about, I've had this conversation, one of our new Board of Trustees, Chandler Worley, is how can we help to upskill and advance our farmers and our farming community. And that's really what this is designed to do, is to not only help to build and grow new jobs and create opportunities, but to assist our farmers in what is that next crop that may be able to be grown in Columbus County. So we are excited about what we have coming forward. I do want to thank our Board of Trustees. They are here today spread out. I see a few of them. I won't call them out by name, but our trustees give us so much support. They are the reason, this is the reason that it's here, is because of them and their leadership. They listen to us, advise us, are patient with us, and really allow this college to move forward. So I want to give the Board of Trustees a hand in their leadership. Thank you. I'll introduce an individual in just a minute, but I want to also thank Brendan Jones. He's our North Carolina House of Representative. He has been a true leader in this community and an advocate for Southeastern Community College and the support that we do. Just over the last few years, he's allocated $26.5 million to this college for building and upgrades to this campus. And so when people come on this campus and they say, wow, this place looks great, it's beautiful, you can thank Brendan for that, because his money that we're using from him, that's been allocated by the General Assembly, is really making a difference. And we have future projects coming that are really going to make a difference. So Brendan, thank you for your support and what you do. I also want to thank the people that worked on this facility for us. They had a lot of meetings with them, a lot of conversations, a lot of time spent out here working with us. From McMillan, Pasden, and Smith, MPS, Dean Crouch. I think Dean's around here somewhere. He's sitting up front here. Dean, thank you and the MPS team for your architectural and engineering work that you've done on this facility for us. I also want to thank Bill Worley and Sons Construction, Chris Worley. I saw Chris around here. He's out here somewhere in the crowd with us. Here's Chris. Thank you for what you've done. many days I saw you out here working. I even think I saw you on the weekend a time or two out here trying to make this thing come together for us. So really appreciate what you've done. You've done an excellent job with the construction on this project. Saving the best for last. We would not be here today had it not been for the North Carolina Tobacco Trust Commission. They have been an important role and a part of North Carolina for many years now, since the early 2000s, and it's been a support from the General Assembly through funding that's allowed these projects to occur. And when we contacted them about the possibility of a grant to support our ag program, they were quick to respond. And not too long after that, had a site visit to come hear our vision and see what we saw on campus. And I think immediately, I just felt that right off the bat, they were encouraged and inspired. And I hope today that as they see this finished product and they watch the future of our ag program and the jobs created, that they're going to be so impressed and so pleased with the progress that we've been able to make. So I want to thank the North Carolina Tobacco Trust, and specifically I want to thank David McPherson, and he'll be up here in just a minute to speak, William Upchurch, and Jeff Camden. And I believe they're in here with us somewhere. I'm looking for them over here to my left. Thank them for what they've done for us. It's not just Southeastern Community College, but it's the state of North Carolina in their efforts to support projects like this and community and economic growth. So we appreciate their work, and thank you so much for the support. So at this time, I want to introduce David McPherson, who is a board member with the Tobacco Trust, and welcome him up for a few words.
Who's excited about Southeastern Community College? Let me hear a good. I can tell you now that we're excited, and the Tobacco Trust Fund was really excited when we received the grant, and particularly for something with agriculture as much as we have in Columbus County. And at this time, I want William and Jeff to come up here with me, because these are the folks that do the work, and as he mentioned, along with the grant, the person that's writing the grant. And we, as board members, we make sure that every grant is going to affect the maximum people that we can. As a matter of fact, William, I believe we met last week, and I think we passed out or approved about $12 billion in grant money to go to things like this throughout the state of North Carolina. And one of the criteria that they look at before we get the opportunity to look at is how much that grant is going to affect the industry or the number of people in the state of North Carolina. Now, when we talk about that, you can't put a number other than a lot of people will benefit from this grant, though they may be in Columbus County, but they'll wind up somewhere in North Carolina, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. So we're very cognizant of the fact that we want to make sure that when we are spending the Tobacco Trust money, that it impacts the most people. And we feel like that this was a very, very needed thing. And we talk about, Dr. English, he just introduced John. He came out here the other day, and I didn't see anybody, so I just helped myself on in there. And I go in this first building here, and the other one joins. I kept going through that door, and I seen a nice little lady that was sitting down on the rocks in there, and she had all kinds of papers and books and stuff, and she was trying to put together one of the last pieces of equipment, I guess, down in the front of the greenhouse. And Dawn, I want you to come back up here. I have been impressed from the first time I ever met this lady. She was very much in tune with whatever she was doing. And Dr. English, I think you got a golden star here. And I am very confident that this program, the students are going to they're just going to improve and grow along with the greenhouse production in this particular case with your leadership. And we thank you so much, and I still want to give her another round of applause. And when we talk about the greenhouses, we all know agriculture is on a constant change. And greenhouse is part of that. And the food that we eat today, we go to the grocery store, we find things that we used to only get during the season. Now we find commodities that you can get year-round, obviously larger than this, but remember, this is a teaching process. But the growth of agriculture certainly is going to grow with greenhouse production and the things that they learn how they can produce that. They will even affect the farmers that are not using the greenhouse. But anyhow, Dr. English, we want to thank you and the Board of Trustees for allowing us to be part of this ribbon cutting today. It's a very important program that you have put together, and we thank you so much that you have given us this opportunity. In last December, I believe it was, we were here and broke ground for this, and now we see the end result of the people that have been involved with building it and engineering it, the whole bit, and certainly the college here to help that with. This project is an example of how the Tobacco Trust Fund, partnering with community college, whether it's through funding greenhouse, livestock facilities, special equipment, or other training opportunities, the Tobacco Trust Fund Commission has constantly and consistently been collaborating with colleges, making an impact across the state, as I mentioned a minute ago. And I certainly want to convey our appreciation to the legislature, as Dr. English mentioned again a while ago. We are blessed. We are blessed to have people in office that really recognizes the grant money that the state can hand down on their side of the aisle, and actually we are funded through revenue legislation anyway. So they're doing a fantastic job, and we want to continue to work with them and make sure, again, that the money that they are giving, and getting grant money also helps. And we got a tremendous individual that has worked hard and has been able to acquire a lot of additional funds to Columbus County that we would not have had not we have the right representatives up there. And Brandon, we want to thank you very much for all that you have done. But at any rate, I'm not going to be long, but I did want to introduce the workhorses that are in Raleigh, and that passes down all the work that a lot of the individuals that work with them, and they review the grants. And at this time, I want to introduce William of Church, and then Jeff, you can speak a word there.
Well, it's kind of bad to be following David after those eloquent comments, but we just want to reiterate how important it is for us to support agriculture down here in this part of the state. Columbus is a cornerstone of ag, will always be a cornerstone of ag, and to have this tremendous education facility that allows the opportunity to train these young people for the future, whether it's through traditional future type concepts, things we don't know about yet. This is an incredible thing. And I just want to express my appreciation to Representative Jones. You just don't know, every time we do a project like this, it's because of what he and his counterparts have done. We wouldn't exist without their support. So every investment we make in agriculture, every investment we make in Columbus County, it's all about the great representation. And thank you, Representative Jones, for being there for us. So thank you.
Well, a lot's been said already, but it is a great opportunity for us to come down and celebrate a hands-on facility. Without a hands-on facility, the students get a theory, but they learn so much once they get their hands involved with that. And that's one of the main things that we look at, is how projects like this are going to impact the students. And this is an example of a tremendous project that will have an impact, not just today, but on down the road. And we're very proud to be part of it. Thank you.
Well, again, we thank each one of you that has been here today, and we thank you for giving us the opportunity to be a part of this revenue cut and success. And as I looked across the field there, Dr. English, I'm just as excited about the project that I understand is going across that pond over there. So that's up to him to make all those announcements. But I'm excited about Southeastern Community College. I think you're doing a great job. And I think, again, the Board of Trustees that are involved in it. And so with that, have a good day.
We do have a few cars coming through, so just be forewarned. Just watch out for traffic. I just want to say again, thank you to the Tobacco Trust for what you're doing. And talking about the cars, when I first arrived on here this morning, I'll just go ahead and admit this, I'm pretty transparent. I was fussing a little bit about the cars being in the way because we had a plan for the parking lot to be blocked off. And as I was venting, I didn't realize that William and Jeff were standing there in front of me, and William's like, here comes the general. And I say that because, and that's about the only time I can do that is here. It's because when I go home, I did not thank my wife Teresa for being here and her support, but you know, she is a sounding board for me and hears so much more than probably she wants to hear, but I do appreciate your patience in being with me, so thank you. So at this time, I want to ask our Representative Brendan Jones to come forward for a few words. This, as it's already been mentioned, this man has been a huge support in this community for a number of years now. Brendan is a former board of trustee here at Southeastern, and I think and I feel like more than just being a community member, growing up in Tabor City and knowing the county so well, he knows how we function at the college, and he knows what the needs are. And so when I go to Brendan to have those conversations, he just gets it. And it helps that we're both automotive guys, right? And so, you know, we grow up in that world, in the technical world, so he understands the needs. And again, Brendan, I just want to say thank you for your support and what you're doing, and let you have a few words.
Well, I'm going to do what my wife tells me not to do. I'm going to deviate from my written remarks. But in a minute, you'll meet a gentleman, Dr. Jeff Cox. But Jeff, when you guys are coming around and you're seeking monies like everybody does, and you wonder about the investments, I hope you're seeing today that this is a beacon of the community college system. This is a place that's getting it right. We've got the right leadership. We've got the right board. And I hope since your tenure, you've seen the progress this college has made. I want to say I think Southeastern Community College is the #1 community college in the state. And with that, I can go home. Well, good morning, faculty, students, community members, honored guests. It is a tremendous honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the opening of the new greenhouse. This moment is a testament to our commitment to our education, innovation, and the future of our agriculture community. This greenhouse is not just a building. It's a vital resource for our agriculture program and a powerful tool for our students. It represents a significant investment in their education and training, providing them with the hands-on experience they need to thrive in an ever-evolving industry. Moreover, this greenhouse allows us to integrate theory with practice, providing an immense learning environment where students can experiment, innovate, and apply what they learn in the classroom. It will enhance our curriculum, attract new students, and assure that ACC remains the leader in agriculture education in the community college system. I want to take a moment to thank everyone who has made this project a reality. To our dedicated faculty who have championed this vision, the students, which I'm glad to see you guys out here today, whose enthusiasm fueled our efforts, and to the community members and partners who have supported us along the way. Additionally, I want to thank the Tobacco Trust Fund for the continued support throughout this project. Your belief in the importance of education has brought us here today. As we cut this ribbon through the greenhouse, let us celebrate just not the structure itself, but the bright future that it represents for our students and our community. Together, we are sowing the seeds of knowledge, innovation, and progress. It's an honor to be here. I look forward to continue working with Southeastern, Dr. English, the board. I think we're just scratching the surface. As again, Dr. Cox, be prepared to make a lot of trips to Whiteville, North Carolina. Y'all, thank you for being here today. Look forward to the ribbon cutting.
Thank you, Brendan. This time I'd like to ask Dr. Jeff Cox to come forward with a few words. Dr. Cox is our newest North Carolina Community College System president. He's been in that position now for 15 months. Former president at Wilkes Community College for right at 10 years, right? 9 years. And so he has a wealth of knowledge. And we went through some transitions at the system office. And again, having one of our own individuals who grew up in the system, knows us well, to be president says a lot. And I cannot thank Dr. Cox enough for his support for the 58 community colleges. The work that his team is doing is tremendous. The work that we've got ahead of us is a long haul, but one that I know will be achievable because we have the right man in the right place. So Dr. Cox, I want to say thank you for being here today, and I'll give you a few minutes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I just want to start by thanking Dr. English here. He's kind in his remarks. You should know he represents your community and this college and our system staunchly. He is an honest critic when we need it, and tells us the truth when we don't want to hear it sometimes. But seriously, I know Chris's heart is always in the right place. He wants our system and this college to be all it can be to support the citizens of North Carolina. And of course, that's the same thing that I want. So we've been through a lot of transition as a system. We're so much stronger today, I'm proud to say, than we have been, I think, in our history. And I think the time is right. I think Representative Jones, you said it correctly. The community colleges are at the very heart of economic development around this state. One of the real privileges of this job that I have is it affords me the opportunity to go all around the state and visit all of our wonderful 58 community colleges. And I can promise you this, at every community I go in, the same message resonates. And it's not just the president at the college saying how important the college is. It's their representative, it's their trustees, it's their faculty, it's the students, it's the business and industry community. Everybody knows and understands the value of our community college system. So Representative Jones, I thank you for your comments. I agree with you on just the tremendous impact, specifically of this college. I'll just share with you quickly. I was in Charlotte yesterday meeting with the John M. Belk Endowment leadership, trying to solicit more funds for our community college system to support projects like this. And they have had the opportunity to travel all 58 community colleges over the last few years. They're really dedicated to our system. They get it. They see the vision. They see the impact our colleges make, and they're our biggest philanthropic supporter. I've just mentioned in passing I was going to be traveling here today, and they went off on a tangent from our agenda and just talked about their visit here to this community when they came down, Chris, to visit. And specifically what they focused on was the leadership of this guy. They've traveled all over the state, and they've seen in rural community after rural community what the struggle is and how many of our rural communities are continue to have some economic struggles. I grew up in rural Allegheny County. Agriculture is the biggest business up there still today. But as we have a lot of prosperity in pockets of our state, we've still got a lot of rural communities that are still either struggling mightily or are on the verge of starting to get into a different position. And I look at what's happened here over the last 2 to 3 years, and the impact is palpable. And that's what the John M. Belk Endowment folks were saying, just that the leadership with Dr. English and the faculty and staff here at the college, you're doing a tremendous job. And I would just say quickly, as a side note, I had the opportunity years ago to go through the Aspen Institute's Presidential Fellowship Program. And the Aspen Institute does a lot of stuff, but part of what they focus on is community college excellence across the country. They do a prize every other year. It's $1 million prize for whatever college elevates itself to be the best college in the country. And after going through their institute, I made it a personal mission. I wanted to get Wilkes Community College on that dang list. I want to be the best, but at least up there among the best. And the first way to get there is you have to get to the top 150 community colleges in the country. And Chris, it took 9 years and me leaving Wilkes before they finally as I got into this role, I found out they made the list of the top 150. And you should be proud to know that your college has already now made that leap to be in that top 150 colleges on Aspen's list of the best community colleges in the country. So let's give Dr. English a hand and his team for that. I just want a couple more things to say. I know you all are working hard on apprenticeships and specifically Chris here with the Agribusiness program and expanding apprenticeships. That's a focus for us statewide. We believe there's a great opportunity for expanding how we're connecting with business and industry through apprenticeships. Chris is as tuned in to the business and the industry as any president we have in the system. And in fact, we've put forward, as Representative Jones is keenly aware, we put forward a kind of a bold new plan for a business model for our community college system that focuses more on workforce and meeting the labor market needs of every community across this great state. It's a plan we call Propel NC. As part of kind of getting the word out about that plan, we really wanted to connect with business and industry. We thought if we have them as our partners, it's one thing for me to go over and be begging Representative Jones and his colleagues for more money. But if business and industry come in and say, these are our partners and we need this change to elevate business and industry, we thought that would make good sense. So we got letters of support from 210 business industries, different groups affiliated with economic development across the state. And we asked the college presidents to play a role in their communities of generating these letters of support. It need to be grassroots. You want to take a wild guess on which college turned in by far the most letters of support from business and industry? This one right here. This guy right here. 24 letters of support. We had a fair number of colleges that had, in the single digits. I won't call you out by name, but when we got that, we were like, Southeastern, they're one of our smaller colleges. They're 24? How does he get 24 letters of support? But it shows the support of business and industry and how connected the college is to that. So Dr. English, I just thank you for your leadership here. You are definitely leading this college in the right direction. I'm proud to call you a colleague and really proud to be here with you all day. It's an exciting day for the community. Agriculture, I think, Chris, you shared with me 80% of the land down here is connected with agriculture use. And it's just a vital part of the community and one that I think certainly can grow here and I think can grow across many of our community colleges. We've got to get better connected with agribusiness. It is the future of many of our communities. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you for inviting me down here today and happy to be here with you. It's a great day for Southeastern Community College. Thank you.
So we'll have to say that you mentioned those letters of support. Again, I would like to thank Dean Angie Ransom and her team for that. I'm sure sometimes when I come to her, she just cringes and goes, "Oh my God, what is he up to now?" But Angie, I don't know. I know you're out there somewhere, and I just want to say thank you because that's a result of your work in leading our technical program. So thank you for what you're doing in your leadership. All right, so we are going to have our ribbon cutting ceremony, and then if you would hang out for a few minutes, we'll close with our chairman, Joe Hook. So I'd like to have our board of trustees to come forward, and then of course the North Carolina Tobacco Trust. Carol Ann, if you would come up as well, and then Angie and her team with Dawn, please come up. Jenny, I know you're out there somewhere to help me organize people up here. Brandon, come on up. Yeah, come on up. That's it.
While everybody is finding their seats, I'll go ahead and get you guys out of the sun, and we'll do our last part here. From the Board of Trustees here at Southeastern, I want to thank everybody for being here and the support you give to this school and to this community. It takes a big group. We want to especially thank Brendan Jones for his continued support, David McPherson and the Tobacco Trust for making this happen. Nobody has given out a number, but it's around $400,000 given to Southeastern to put this thing together. And we greatly appreciate that money and greatly appreciate the opportunity. To the staff, faculty, and administration that worked tirelessly to make this college what it is today and what we think is the premier community college in the state of North Carolina. It takes a group of people to come together to make something like this happen. Everyone works together so we can all succeed in helping to create opportunities and jobs in this county and in this region. And now to unveil, one more thing, I want to make sure that I thank the people that are here today. Our Board of Trustees, we got Chandler Worley, Henry Edmonds, Dan Strickland, Danny McPherson, Gary Lanier, Randy Britt, Ricky Bullard, and Emma Shaw are here today representing the Board of Trustees. And, you know, we do a lot of things to help this school, and we spend a lot of time out here. I also want to thank Congressman Rouser and Senator Tillis. I know they had a couple of representatives here, and I saw them, and we appreciate you being here today. We also want to thank the foundation members. I see several of those folks here, and that's the group that goes out and helps raise us money so that we can add additional programs and help pay for some of the opportunities that some of our students couldn't have otherwise. And so we appreciate what the foundation does. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for the students that you're here that are here. And I would like to say something about the traffic. The traffic is good. When you don't have traffic and you don't have cars, that's not a good thing. So,
And it's always a full parking lot.
that's right. That's right. So we've talked about we may not have a big enough parking lot out here anymore. So yeah, we're good with a lot of people and a lot of students. That's what we're here for, and that's what we want to continue to be here for. So to unveil the plaque, I will do that, and so then you can go inside and do the things that you want to do to be able to view this fine facility. But this is the plaque of the people that were directly involved in putting this together and the support that they give it. So thank everyone for being here. We appreciate your presence, and we appreciate your support. Thank you.